Hey everybody, it's Hey John. I cover cryptocurrency, Dogecoin specifically. I cover the Dogecoin news and a Dogecoin technical analysis on a daily basis. And in this video today, I will be covering the Dogecoin technical analysis, aka the sticks. All right. Before we get to all that, do me a huge favor and tap the subscribe button and tap the like button for only one reason: to grow the Dogecoin community. All right, we need more people on Dogecoin. This is how we're gonna get them. Okay, by showing these kind of videos, and kind of demystifying Dogecoin and cryptocurrency in general. You came for the Dogecoin sticks. Let me give it to you. All right, here we are. So today is March 28, 2021 here. So we are seeing a pullback today. It's a Sunday, and that to me is no surprise. The weekend, so we're gonna see lower volume here. Yesterday we had about 49 point, I would say 50 million volume, 50 million volume, right? Friday was what 48, so we had very little volume for the most part here. So, I mean, the volume is getting lower and lower here. So this tells me people's interest in Dogecoin could be potentially waning a little bit, or people are just going broke. But honestly, this is just pure speculation, so we don't know yet. But however, we can see through the charts right now that it that today is pulling back, and we see that the MACD right here, right? We're seeing it. It was kind of trending up, but it's kind of slowing down now. So yesterday it was kind of trending up with a high velocity, which was great. That's kind of what we wanted for the most part. But then also I did note also for the 12-day moving average. Yesterday it was kind of going flat and curling up slightly. Well, it was going flat and curving up very slightly, right? But today it's a total different story. That slight curve up is now curving down now. So it's now curling down. So this, and of course the current 26 moving average is still pointing down. So that will still be a trend for the most part. And now for the first time, I'm actually seeing the 12-day moving average actually tapping the zero equilibrium on a MACD here. So this could be a potential possible problem, but we will have to wait and see. Obviously, for Saturday and Sunday, they're going to be low volume days, so we can't really take them. Well, you can't really take it, with too much salt for the most part, because with low volume, you don't really get the confirmations you don't really get the confirmations you need. So it's very easy to manipulate up or down here. So as always, I mentioned to you, ladies and gentlemen, you have to kind of wait and see for the most part. But we do know the current range. It is about 5.3. I'm sorry, 5.25 up to about 5.83. That's the current trading range for the most part, and we'll be seeing that for probably, I guess, the foreseeable future, based on how this looks currently. So I suspect that if we do trade around 525, I suspect we will see a bounce up. Given that Europeans will probably trade on later on today as well. So for them, it'll be a Monday. So I suspect if we see a dip today, I'm probably gonna buy it, because the following day it should probably pop up, just based on the current trends. So that being said, we still see the 50 MA is starting to go more flat now. So yesterday was 57115. Today is 5707. So for the first time, I'm actually seeing the 50-day moving average decrease. I haven't seen that for some time, but obviously that kind of makes sense, right? Because it's 50-day moving average, and let's see how many days it's been so far since we've been trading here. All right, so it's been 50 days here, right? And for the most part, we've been trading around about 4, 5, 6 and above. So obviously you average all those days up there, and it kind of decreases the price for you. As you can see, this long highlighted a gray box here. So that being said, yeah, the 50-day moving average has moved up to what I would call a plateau. So in order to move it higher, we're going to need to see some price appreciation from Dogecoin. If we don't see that, we're going to start seeing it trend down, and that isn't necessarily what you want to see either, because when it trends down, obviously the trend is against you, right? And we don't want to be trading against a trend. However, even though if that does happen, which it probably would happen, unless we break around 5.7, for some time to come. So which means that we will have to break also the 5.8 resistance as well. However, the also positive part here is that we will see the 200-day moving average increase every single day. and the trend is still up long term though. Okay, so 200-day is a long trend, a long term trend here. So you can still see that increasing for the most part. It's currently at 192. Previous day was 1901. So it's increasing about a 0.002 velocity. 0.00, yeah, 2 velocity. So tomorrow we may see a 0.194 or something like that. So that isn't necessarily a bad thing. So of course, that happens. It'll take some time before it actually gets to about 5 cents. So again, this is gonna be a long trade here. Okay, so don't think you're gonna buy this and get rich overnight because I never emphasize that. That's why I emphasize buying dips and insulating yourself from potential drops in price. Okay, better to get in sale and go down from that sale opposed to buying it when it's high and selling it higher. Okay, so my strategy is very simple. I just sharing to you. I'm just sharing with all you what I'm doing here. And that's kind of why I always tell everyone, if you watch my videos here, to only nibble, don't buy. What that means is buy small, don't buy big. All right, you have a budget, allocate that budget accordingly. Okay, so say you have $100, buy 1% every time you want to buy something. Only buy 1%, right? So you have 100 buys, and say you have 100 days right there, right? That's about 3 months time right there. So that's like basically a quarter, right? Obviously, you won't be buying every day because not every day is gonna be a red day. If it is, then my God, I guess we're all gonna be messed up, right? But that does not happen, and that's kind of why you average over time, up or down, and eventually you will get, I would say, the best price here. And it's a very simple strategy, and it's almost guaranteed to give you the results you want as long as you have the discipline to follow it. All right. So, um, that being said, though, yesterday I did note that we are seeing a potential breakout because on March 24th we saw a long-legged doji after a long downtrend down, and then for the following day on 25 for 25th and 26th it kind of confirmed by moving up, and today we're having a pullback, right? Which makes sense, you know. But however, on a more just I just want to emphasize something here as well. So if we look at on a more short term, just say like this, for example, like this right here, right? This is probably what you may call a possible bear flag if you look at it like this. So imagine you're seeing this long stick right here, right? This is going to be your potential red candlestick here. And currently we're just, we bounce off there and we kind of doing this for the most part. So this could be a potential bear flag right here. So if it stays on here for a long time, we can probably go down as well. So I'm just kind of illustrating this for you here and moving the screen more to the right to kind of just give you a more, zoomed in view of it because this is short term right here, right? And I'm just aggregating all the 5 days that went down and combine it into one candlestick just for illustration purposes and kind of showing to you all what a potential bear flag could be like. And if it hangs around here, it's a bear flag. That means that we are more likely to kind of trend in this range right here and then pop down. That's usually what a bear flag is. So we don't want to see that. So in the coming days, we're going to want to see it pop back up and go above it. However, on a short term as well, you look right here, you can see the stick right here, right? For March 26th, basically anything above 543 and above that wick right there, it got sold off. The following day, which is today, Sunday, March 28th, same idea. It hit anything above 543, it got slapped down, and now it's trending downwards. So we're seeing the resistance hit around about a 5.5, and that's kind of normal because as always, psychological resistance are always in quarters, right? Like 0, 25, 50, 75, $1. But in this case here, it's kind of more microscopic. So 0.050, 0.0525, 0.055, 0.075, 0.056. You get the point, okay? So it's the same idea, just putting onto a more microscopic scale. So these are kind of what I would call psychological resistances. So that's kind of why I'm saying around 525, we're going to see a possible bounce around there if it will bounce. However, we are kind of trending more downwards there based on a daily chart. It is starting to slow down. So if we see that continue, we're going to start trending back down again. And that happens on a long term, it's not going to look too good for us. But however, this is going to take some more time to formulate because this based on the way sticks form, you can't just assume if you see it one day, it's a done deal right here, right? Right? We always need to wait for confirmation. And for confirmation, we need at least 5 or 6 sticks. All right. So let me move on to the 4-hour chart to kind of get a better a better view of this, a more because right now we're seeing a bird's eye view, and I want to kind of zoom in, right, and get a little more microscopic view here. So let's go there and check it out. So in the 4-hour chart here, you can see that when you see this kind of shape here for the most part, doing this kind of shape, kind of like a hill. When you really see the sticks going into a hill formation, that's pretty much going to be bearish for the most part. Usually, all right. Again, nothing is guaranteed, but usually this kind of formation just tells you we're seeing some appreciation, but then it's kind of like a fake out because it gets dropped down real quick. So this is kind of what I'm seeing here for the 4-hour chart, and I'm inclined to believe that we will probably trend down. However, also do note that we are seeing this also trend on a daily chart on a MACD as well. So I suspect on this coming week we're going to see a pop down lower too. And of course, it is a weekend. And with the weekends, I would say it's actually a great time to kind of reset the technicals because it's low volume. So usually with low volume, it won't have that much of an impact, which is kind of great in my humble opinion. So on Monday through Wednesday, we're gonna see the real trend set. So I'll be watching it. Hopefully, you'll be watching those videos as well because I always tell everyone that for a Dogecoin technical analysis, it's more of an art than a science, and you need to watch it daily because it's always evolving. You never know what will happen, right? One thing tomorrow is different from today, right? So you can see the 4-hour chart here. I'm gonna give this little hill here just to kind of not make it too cloudy. Go away. Okay, so we can see here on a MACD here, right? It's kind of confirming the trade as well because you see here it's trending downwards, obviously. But the important thing to note here is that, yes, it popped back up and it reset. It looked great. However, it was looking great on a bearish, what I call the bearish quadrant. So that happens right here. What you're seeing here is that it looked great for a short-term trade. But however, the velocity didn't continue and it started trending downwards again. And now, but it's trending downwards on the bearish territory. So if this continues the way I suspect it'll continue, we may see something like this. And it'll kind of come back down and kind of do something like this right here, right? If that happens, we will see a higher low and a lower low. And that unfortunately means that we could potentially see the 4s again, like maybe a 4-7. Let me see where the current supports are to kind of emphasize that. Oops, 1 second. Double click that. All right. So let's see where the 4-7's at. So we may see something around. Wait, there you go. We may see possibly a test of 487 in the days to come, possibly sometime. But however, I'm not inclined to believe that'll happen. Just based on the fact that all this bullish news is coming out, though. But at the same token, it kind of makes sense for it to happen. So why is because usually with these kind of trades here, right? You're gonna see that well, not stocks, but in general, crypto stocks, assets in general getting traded. They get manipulated up or down. So basically, when the hot news drops, you're gonna see the technicals drop, to a point where it kind of makes sense to buy. And then news drops, you're gonna see a bunch of people flurry in because it's hot news, and then you're gonna see huge price appreciation in a short time period. So with that being said, I think this is kind of great if you're an investor because you always want to get good deals on sales, right? You want to buy on Black Friday. You don't want to walk into a store and pay retail, right? So this is kind of what it is for the most part. This to me is kind of like advertising to get the good deals. And if you can read the advertisements and if you can read the advertisements and if you can read the advertisements and understand it, then guess what? You are going to be able to get good deals. If you don't understand the advertisements, then you're not gonna get you will not get good deals because you don't understand it. Right? And that is just how it works. And also another key thing to note here as well. You see the 50 here in a 200 MA. I've been mentioning it for the past few days that now it's trending downwards here. Yeah, the 200 MA ticked up slightly, which is kind of signaling a temporary uptrend, but it literally only curled up slightly here, right? But for the past few days, it's been trending. The 50 MA has been trending downwards like a pretty fast velocity, I would say. And now you're seeing the 50 MA and 200 MA getting about just closer here, right? Obviously, you can see in a chart better than you can see my fingers right here, but you can see them kind kind of diverging closer together. So if it's so we will we will most likely see a bearish cross in the days to come, maybe possibly by Monday or Tuesday, given how slow this is moving here. So if that happens, we may see some. Let's see how long the last cross the last cross lasted, regardless of bullish or bearish here. All right, the last cross was bullish, and it lasted about, let's see, um, it's lasted up to about 14 days and 8 hours, but I would say, you know what, let's say 16 days for Monday or Tuesday when it crosses. So that means that we may see a possible downtrend for the next 16 days, which is probably around, April, like the middle of April, maybe April 15 or 16 or something like that, right? Um, and also note, call it coincidence here, but I also from my understanding, I do understand that the Dogecoin developers will be done with a Rosetta API for Dogecoin around mid-April as well. So that happens, I mean, we're gonna have, a reset of the technicals, and it's gonna look towards a new bull trend. I mean, obviously, this is all speculation here, but just given I'm using history and kind of projecting and kind of using the previous trend, which is very recent, and using it using it to project a possible new trend, we can see in 16 days the bearish trend end. All right, and then when Coinbase lists Dogecoin, which is probably going to be around, well, again, this is speculation, but Coinbase also gets listed IPO at the end of March, and then when the Rosetta API is done by Dogecoin, right, probably about 16 days. I'm sorry, mid-April. But the next trend ends in 16 days, and then you're gonna see the 50 MA kind of reach a 200 MA for the most part. That means that, guess what, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna start a new bull trend with Coinbase being listed. I'm sorry, with Dogecoin being listed on Coinbase, a huge platform for exchange of cryptocurrency. You're gonna have tons of institutional money ready to buy if they want to buy at the readily available click of their fingertips right here. And also, you're going to see a flurry of people joining Coinbase as well. New users too. I mean, look at Femex, look at FTX. Once they announced Dogecoin would be listed on their exchange, for example, Femex, they got about 46,000 members, I believe, in like 8 days, right? FTX has 350,000 members, and they've only been around for maybe about 10 months so far. So, ladies and gentlemen, yeah, we may see a temporary dip here, a great buying opportunity. I'm honestly probably gonna load the boat more if this actually plays out the way I'm kind of projecting it out here. It's not, obviously, it's again technical analysis using all the information I've gathered and looking at the technicals here. We could see a potential rocket ship ready to go out and huge profits to be made. Okay, if that happens, I suspect 6-3 will be gone before we know it, and then we'll be testing the 7 and 8 again, and probably even going to new all-time highs here. So obviously, this is gonna, if that happens, it'll probably take about a month to kind of fully cycle through and complete. So that's kind of why I inform everyone to, hey, don't think short term with this investment here. Okay, buy slowly but surely, because there will always be opportunities. Okay, today I won't get to the 15-minute chart because this video is kind of long already, so I will leave it there. I just want to kind of share with you guys this urgent, and I would call very, very special prediction here. Obviously, don't hang me if it doesn't come to fruit, come to light here, because I'm kind of explaining to you my whole thought process here of what could potentially happen here based on all the information you're seeing, and I'm doing it live as I'm doing it with you. So it's not really, so this isn't really a script or anything. So it's a little, it may seem a little not super organized, but that's okay though, because you kind of see my thought process here, and it kind of helps you educate yourself as well and learn how to do it yourself. So as always, if you watch this far, do me a huge favor, tap the subscribe button and tap the like button. Okay, subscribe and like and share this video out with more people so we can grow the Dogecoin family, so we don't have to see as many big dips in the future. Okay. It's Hey John. I will catch you all on the next video.